Okay, we are live. I gotta fix my webcam here. Okay, nice. LIDR halted up, looking good. Looking ready for a sweet resumption trade here. Not bad, not bad at all. So resumption, let me check here. Resumption. Let's see. LIDR. Resumption's in 3 minutes. Not bad. Okay, all right. I didn't trade pre-market today. No pre-market trading today. And I'm running a little late for the open, but as they say, better late than never. Better late than never. So it broke over the pre-market high with an opening surge move. And we're halted up now. It's 474. For those of you on YouTube, again, it is on me. I didn't configure my screen at the bottom here properly. So right now we're just running like a split screen setup of the 10-second and the 1 minute. Up top, I do have everything up top. Okay. 2 minutes to resumption. Two minutes to resumption. 2 minutes. What's up, Big Steve? I mean, I'm in trader rehab, but if you're not in a trader rehab, you can try a thing or two. I'll just have a couple hundred shares, like 600, and I'm not gonna go over 600. Like the resumption I lost on 2 days ago, I started with 300, caught the good trade to start, watched for the dip, bought the dip with size, and got murdered like $1.50. 2K size, $11 stock, down 2K dollar share. I mean, this one is much cheaper though. I mean, this is what, $4 stock. So Big Steve, man, you can send it 5K size, as Tim would say. We got 28 seconds. We're at 474. Five seconds. Taking 11. Can we see the curl? Small loss and small winner there, kind of scratch. Back in below 4. Small size. I don't understand why my hotkey doesn't trigger every time. Like, I have the offset, so like on a stock like this, if I'm selling half, Maybe I probably have to edit that hotkey, is what it is. It should have the offset though. We're still holding small size at 95. Does it have what it takes to red to green, or is this the end of the line already? Is a valid question here. I'm holding now just 20 shares. We're up 120 bucks. Small size. Big Steve, did you take the 5K size? 35, the high of the last candle. And our 5-minute candle, our 5-minute chart is showing indecision. Big move up, big move down. I actually can't see that. Let me see. Well, I can't see that message. My OBS is covering it up. I'll check later. Time. 5-minute candle has a minute left. Can we hold the line at 4 and get to 450 again? Can we hold the line? There's a seller that came in there. And there are a few bids. Which way is it going to be? You gotta buy. I gotta buy quicker, man. Once we're kind of doing that, you know, we gotta jump in. It's not really showing the range I'd like to the upside. Like, can we see 30, 40? No, I'll just take the 10 cents next time. Sometimes you hold too long and then it comes right back down. Is there anything else? Checking the scans. ZOOZ. You know, don't feel like if this live stream is over. All right. Yesterday was just a bit of a problem I had. Today we're back. I'm late again. Yesterday, what happened yesterday? I was late too, and I kind of was like, man, okay, whatever. But today, nah, we're back. Don't think this live stream is done by any means. We're only beginning. Right now, nothing really looking good on the sidelines. Just waiting for something to hit the scans. I only had CYCC, and let me check the gap scan actually. MXL, CIO. How's CIO looking? Looking like a buyout. This one is too expensive. WINT. YYAI. That one's getting mentioned on the other scanner here. Continuation, but doesn't really look like much. I'm gonna be live streaming until I die. All right. For anybody who might have had some doubt in their mind, rest assured. Rest assured that Relentless Trader will be here night and day. I'll even be live streaming in the afterlife. Is how is how dedicated we are here. GS that one's at $87 though. I don't know the scans, not really seeing much. AIRE cheaper stock perhaps. Okay, YYAI, I'm gonna watch this one. It's opening up a little more. Hold up. Let me get level 2. How are we doing? How are we doing? I'm gonna take a starter. I'm gonna keep adding to if it goes down, but I'm in like really small size. I just want to see what it's about here. Volume is a little low. What's the volume? Let me double check. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Maybe more volume gets in over time. For those of you who've been trading for years, you guys will know that there's an obvious difference in what we're seeing now versus prior months, especially last year. Right now, this is very slow momentum. This is like coming here to fall asleep. But we must wait it out. GSIW, I'll take a look at that one. AIRE is still kind of, trying a little bit. Slow momentum. Definitely so far right now, market is telling me, hey, just take it easy, keep it tight, be patient, don't try to get too aggressive too early. On this day last year, a stock has already started out at like 650 and is now at 850, halting up. That's the difference of like the hot market that we saw last year. I think though it is a little telling of like the economy, right? It's like the stock market is at all-time highs, but people are like suffering more. Only a fixed amount of people are making money, whilst the population is in the slums with this high inflation and everything else. I'm looking at the price action for AIRE just to see. It did bounce off the VWAP from 47 back up to 50, 51. Actually, 53 is just a 6 cent range there. Not bad. FTEL, how about this one? FTEL now moving up. Is there something here? You know, my specialty is fast moves in short time frames. I'd rather avoid the grinder, which I think is better if you're holding for minutes, like 5, 10 minutes at a time, maybe even 2, 3 minutes at a time. Typically for me, I'm only going to be in a trade that long under one specific setup. Now holding 30 seconds to 1 minute, 1 minute and a half could work, but again, the setup has to be there for those grinding stocks. Still on the sidelines. By the way, how was pre-market today? Because I didn't look at anything. I wonder how long this slower stuff is gonna last. I mean, it's I've been here so many times before. How long until we see the consistent hot momentum again? Like I'm looking at a stock like IXHL. Maybe maybe this one could be good. Maybe, right? I don't want to just say that's terrible. When you zoom in here, there's a little something something, right? A bit of a flag right here. This is what I like to see. Not bad, actually. Now that I'm taking a closer look. But can this move sustain? Can this move continue? Volume, fairly good. Very good. Is that right? Yeah, this is great. How's the level 2? So we had a good 5-minute setup. I'm looking over the 1 minute. Yeah, volume is decent. But can this one move quickly in a short amount of time? Is the question here. The 10-second chart saying probably not so much. Seeing the biggest move is about 6 cents. 26, 33. So this one might be better for the longer hold. If anyone is using DAS on Discord or YouTube, right? So the issue I'm having is duplicating these windows. This one, this window, and this window. I did create the hotkey to duplicate, and I did go into settings to allow multiple positions. And I guess there's this one, right? Let me see if let me pop it out. There's this one right here. But it like shows nothing. Freaking platform, bro. It's not even letting me drag it. Okay, there we go. And I have this one. But this one shows nothing. So this is what I want to have on this screen. Like, I'll go single screen and put like this, duplicate this white one, and then, the P&L one, and put them into the screen here and move the charts up a little bit. But apparently, I'm a simpleton or something because I can't figure it out. Even ChatGTP couldn't help me. ChatGTP. The issue might have been that I only tried for like 10 minutes. Maybe I have to try again. Check through the settings one more time. What we need is a new GameStop. We need GameStop to come all over again in a different way, shape, or form. To reinvigorate the real momentum. The insane volume and frenzy that was going on. Like even people outside of the market who are not trading normally were like interested in looking to trade, and like, all the crazy stories of people making money. Now we're at like the tail end. Okay, this is a good candle. 10 cents. We got a 10-cent candle here. PDT rule change. Phil, nah, Phil. We're gonna be here every day, bro. Don't worry. Yesterday, just a bit of a lull. I actually haven't talked to Marcelo yet, so I don't know what's going on. I'll call him after the stream today. I don't know the fine details. I know what everyone else in the chat room knows, but that's pretty much the extent. For the guy, so it seems like there was someone reporting Marcelo's channel, right? For the person who was reporting the channel, right? You guys know me here and how I am. I love to have just a conversation. I don't know if they're watching me. They probably are. Maybe, I'd say maybe. And it could be multiple people, but I know that there's at least one person, right? My channel has probably been reported a couple times, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't even know. Sometimes you got to be careful as the creator to like always, and even today was kind of a day where I'm like late, so I didn't go through everything. So it's a good time to also mention right here, right now, that day trading is risky, right? As a creator, we got to always remember to remind the people, just in case there's like at least one or two new people tuning in. You never know that trading is risky, and you should not use money that you cannot afford to lose. If you're thinking about how you want to pay your rent for next month, this is not the field to try to come in to make a quick one. It's not going to work. It takes months, more commonly years, to become efficient, profitable, and consistent. So do not use money that you cannot afford to lose. Copy trading does not work here in the channel. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts and fake advertisements. People are now stealing the content, sadly, and running ads. All right, so be careful with all of those. Yeah, but people will sometimes report the channels for various reasons, especially if you talk about like Trump and like Elon and, you know, those. You can't get like too political, or you can't get into to religion either. There's too much feelings, and then someone can report your channel. And then, you know, the way how YouTube works is like once a channel's reported, that's the, you know, you got to have the connects. If you don't have the connects, that's it. When you have the plug, as they say where I'm from, once you have the plug, they can then, you know, do things on your behalf, like unrestrict your channel, remove all the strikes, things like that. In the Fed meeting, I was actually listening into the financial guy, Meet Kevin, for a little bit of the Fed meeting, but not for long though, so I didn't get the full information there. I was buying an office chair yesterday as I was listening in, so I didn't get all the info. A new PDT rule. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like, if the channel gets reported, it's like good luck getting someone to review the case, right? I mean, there's people that I watch that are like demonetized and things like this. It's a weird world. Like they're demonetized for saying certain things that are like very normal things, I'd say. But then you'll see another channel where it's so aggressive and then that person is not demonetized. You know, what are the rules? And this is outside of the trading space too. Like this is just like YouTube in general. You see it on other platforms too. MEIP, lighter volume. Is it worth taking a look? I gotta make sure I don't get too deep into a rant because I could miss something if it pops up. FTEL. Let's take a look. FTEL, are we on to something on this one? 113 is the I mean the setup doesn't look bad, but you know, do we have what it takes to get over? I lost 30 bucks on that trade. FTEL. 120 bucks start down to 55. Time to take my Happy Meal money. How much is for a Happy Meal these days? $30? From thousands of dollars in a day to Happy Meal money. ATHR. One Happy Meal a day. Is the person here that reported the channel, by the way? I'm curious to have the conversation. Let us have the conversation, brother. Save and I are good friends, but I don't know if Save is willing to do all that, you know? Today I didn't trade pre-market because I needed more sleep. Like I've been only sleeping like 5 hours. My sleep schedule is in the depths right now. So today I'm like, I had a headache last night, so I'm like, man, this is a sleep headache. I know it. So I pushed my alarm back like 2 hours. Sadly, I still woke up early. I did try to sleep back a little bit, but you know. Save will go live at the next team house. At the next team house, he'll take over for a day or two. At the next team house, you guys will witness how to make 50K in one hour. Telling you guys, there's this day I took off at the team house in California. I took off the day just to watch and see. That so you know, I had a day where I made 18,000, right? I learned something that day. I learned a little something. So, you know, maybe when he goes live, some of you guys will pick up something, maybe. But you gotta, if you're gonna try to make big money, you gotta take the risk. You gotta put out the size and know that you can potentially see double, triple your normal winner. But then if it does go against you, that's where you gotta be ready to stomach. Because, you know, to make 18K in that trade, I think it was a 15,000 trade, and like I made 3K after in like the next trade or two. What was my risk? If that thing had like teleported down, which so many times they do, I probably could have been down anywhere from like 7 to like 15,000, just like that. And then when that does happen, especially if it's the first time, you start to ask yourself like, why did I do it? But that's part of the game, you know, expanding your comfort zone and pushing the boundaries. Because you can be making $500 a day every day thinking, you know, it's good money. And it is. But if you can just add another zero to your share size and then that money becomes 5K and you're taking the same exact trades with the same exact effort and information, why not do it, right? Why is this getting called out? ATHR getting called out on the Zendu scan. Bro, there's nothing here. Even the scanners are exhausted of this slow market. The Warrior scan, the Zendu scan, even the scanners are tired of this nonsense. This is the depths. Red to Green, if he's listening in, he's out there like, yeah, I told you guys. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I don't know if my channel has ever gotten reported. I mean, it's very likely that it's been reported over, you know, I've been here for too long for that not to have happened at least once. But if you're going to report a channel, you know, this channel or any channel in the world, it needs to be like for good cause, good reason. Not because the mighty is good at what he does and winning and doing well and killing the game. As you guys know, the mighty is a very serious trader, man. Skilled in all aspects. Quick trades, longer holds, breakouts, dips, resumptions, everything. The mighty, getting it done. Getting it done too well, perhaps, and getting reported. Also, I mean, every YouTuber does a little bit of... I mean, I don't know if I do clickbait. I don't think I do clickbait, right? Most people will do a little bit of clickbait that are YouTubers, though. This is a more emotional field, without a doubt. There are people tuning in to you that have lost money. I mean, I can see how it can go, but still it's kind of silly, right? The Mighty's biggest swing trade on DJT, 60K in 1 week. And that DJT trade was nice, man. I will say. The Trump election and buying before. No. I'm not hiding P&L. I'm not a little girl. Don't worry. Well, hopefully that doesn't offend. See, that's okay right there. That's how you get reported right there. What I just said there. Jesus Christ. I gotta be careful here. I'm not hiding my P&L. I just have to figure out how to duplicate my windows. So I just mentioned earlier that I'm having trouble with that. The pastor is not afraid, brother. Red, green, anything in between. We'll do it live. Red, green, or anything in between, I will show. I just need this. I need this close to my level 2. IXHL 48. I need this window close to my level 2. Because Monday I realized that without the chime, it's still a little weird to, like, you know, hit the buy button and not hear that jingle. So I need to be able to look over, one, see my average costs, and just make sure I'm completely out of the position, because you can have partial fills with limit orders. With market orders, you don't need to look back, because even if you get filled $1 share lower, you're still out of the trade, right? So it's like a little bit of something new when using limit orders, is that you have to, like, double check after the sequence to make sure that you're fully out. I've tried both things people have said to duplicate the windows and still having some trouble. Create the hotkey to duplicate, and then in settings I hit the checkbox for duplicating positions windows, but it's still not allowing me. I'll figure it out. I'm not a real pastor. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a deacon. I'm not none of that. But they started calling this thing, see, and this nickname stuff, you know, when I was very young, my mother told me to never get a nickname, because sometimes people will not even know your real name. They just know you as your nickname. But anyhows, the pastor name came because of the speeches and the rants that I'll go on and talk about trading, and, like, usually it'll be like motivational stuff. For like a year and a half straight, I would after done trading, I just go on a tangent, and that's how the name kind of came from the chat room. I think Marcelo maybe, and then now even I'm saying it myself. This IXHL, man. The range is tighter. There's something here for sure. Especially if you're using size. Well, typically there's between 500 and 800 people watching. I gotta assume at least a few people have me on a living room TV, and there might be like a toddler there, Which is why I try not to use bad words and profanity. It'll come out though every now and again because something crazy is happening, and like you kind of, you know. If you're not able to do, okay, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Now that I don't know how to do either through OBS, but I'll watch a video on YouTube. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work nicely, actually. And I don't show the screen up top because there's level 2. Like I mean, like, I'll show you guys right now for like a little bit, but I can't show the screen indefinite because I'm showing market data. Like even with the scanner, right? Even like the raw scanner here, it's like I don't want to show this all the time because it's just too much, right? And then there's people paying for it, so to show it all the time is just a little unfair to those people. But a quick glimpse like this, and then you come back down. I don't think anybody really cares about that. And then I have another screen on the other side. Not quite the same layout, but similar. Back in the days, I'd have 3 level 2s on this same screen here. Changed it up since, but... And I'm doing it this way because I find that when reviewing and being able to see the 5-minute chart, I can gain more information. Yeah, I have the 1 minute too, but the 5 minutes on the right hand side here. So the 10 seconds on the other side here. I should always have this be the same stock, but there's no way to really link the platforms. LHAI halted up. I do clickbait. No, man, I don't clickbait. I mean, if I clickbait, it's like I'm telling the truth though, if like it's a massive red day or like a big green day or something. No, it is big red. Bro, oh my god, like this trading thing, I tell you. I mean, we've made good money. But we got to just be patient. Believe it or not, we've seen this before even. But when it's happening in the moment, it just feels like, it's like so grim because all you want to do is just make so much money. But it's the cycle, the ebb and the flow. Yeah, I mean, I can put the 1 minute here. I can. Hold up. I'll do it. Just takes a quick second. I can put the 1 minute there. It's not a problem. I'll just put the 5 minute on the other side. I haven't lost money, really. Like, being in a drawdown of like 10K is like nothing. The problem is that you haven't made money. Like, that's how I look at it, right? Going sideways and like not losing is okay, but there's the opportunity cost of not seeing more money into your trading account every day, right? It could always be worse in meaning that you can have a prolonged drawdown that's serious. I mean, I know traders that are like bigger size than me, right? And I've seen some traders go into massive drawdowns, multi six figures. I've met someone who've been in $1 million drawdown. Granted, it's all relative though, right? I mean, even Save will have like 100K drawdown, like, but what's 100K drawdown if you can make 30K in a day, right? What's a 10K drawdown if you can make 10K in a day? It's all relative. Even the person in the $1 million drawdown could make hundreds of thousands in a day, and even millions in a day. It's all relative. Now, if you're making 30K in a day and you're down 3 million, then there's a problem. There's a massive issue there. Yeah, I mean, even like 500K, 1 million is like a ton. Well, if you can make 100K in a month and you're down 100K, it's like it's not really that bad. It's just a matter of like taking it easy and then being patient, keeping things tight. Somebody is trading this same stock and loving it right now, right here in this chat room, right here in the YouTube audience. This stock is nothing for me and what I like to trade. For me, this is like I can't even look at this. But somebody else, this is like yes, like they're milking every area of this thing. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and vice versa. For stock that's shooting up and dipping and ripping up and dipping, rip it the halt down, halt up. Where I love to trade, and I think it's better for the style that other person might despise, right? They're gonna say RT, he's a madman buying so high. What is he thinking? And then the stock goes from 10 to 12. And then I'm seeing 7K reflected in my P&L. And then I'm sizing up again, looking to risk half of the gains to make more. Matt, I'm guessing you're full warrior, bro. You got the nice logo and everything. Why do you think Ross cares so much about the big loss after having a much bigger green day? I mean, I'd have to watch his recap to like see like the emotions, if it's like real emotions or if it's just like, if it's just like a statement thing. I mean, nobody likes to be red. Like Big Steve, for example, right? Like Big Steve will have a red day of like Big Steve would be green 3K today, red 400 the next day, and then call me and like is like raging with himself, like in disgust that he maybe didn't capitalize on a move. I mean, everybody despises a red day, but I don't know. Maybe some people could be a little bit more like hyper focus on it, or maybe it's just like a, you know, I would say maybe it's a statement thing. Someone saying emotions to capture views. I mean, maybe. I, I mean, I think everybody cares. Everybody cares about like having a red day. But if it's not the kind of red day that's gonna like really hurt you, break the bank, or wipe out your account, it's like, you know, it's all right. It's okay. Twin, what's up? Shout out to Twin and all the long time viewers. Twin? Are you seeing good gains in this slower market here? You guys know I respect Ross because at a certain point when there's like skill, bro, like I think there's no other way to look at it. You just gotta say, man, this guy is good. That's all you can really say. This guy is good. Anybody making that type of gains, like it's like the same thing with like the team house guys, right? Like whether it might be, Marcelo, Tim, Crispy, right? Drew, I mean whoever. It's like it's just nothing but respect. Which is why when somebody comes here and talks nonsense, I kind of know who they are, right? Like people who are doing it, I've never met one person in my whole life, my whole trading career, who's doing it that would ever talk crazy, right? Even if it's coming from a place of like criticism. So if someone says something in a particular way, you kind of know, well, yeah, this is the depths. You got to respect that level of greatness, you know? Trading is hard. Trading has always been hard. Trading is not easy. TNUT. Because I'm such an insane believer and dreamer, I still think that we can surpass him. Nothing is impossible, man. I've went from like $50 a day to, making thousands of dollars in a day, average 1,200 a day. I've seen Mighty do the same thing, like from $10 a day to like 5K a day. It's like if you can do that, right? Because back in the day, this guy would make like 2,500 a day. Like I remember so clearly some of these recaps like years ago, right? Like Ross would come on there, like such a bummer. I was down 1,600 today. Like the time, I mean, time changes so much, even for us, right? So I mean, Salve is another example. From break even to then 2K a day, 1,500 a day to then massive days. And a lot of the times it's something so simple too. Like it's like you just have to learn something small a lot of the times. And do you trust that you could learn something through your own studying and studying with peers? There's that, and then there's also the aggression side, because you're gonna have to put out size if you're to be making that kind of money. You're gonna need to be in positions You're going to need the tools, and you're going to need to be in a position where you can take 20, 30,000, 50,000 shares in a stock at like, $7, $8, $5. I've went up to 30,000 shares on $2 stocks, $3 stocks, not, so. And I am willing to take 50,000 shares, even like right here today, even in a drawdown, but it has to be under a very specific circumstance. There's certain patterns that feel so familiar to me that, like, if a hot stock just starts to move now and goes from 2 to 10, and it offers 4 areas where I could take that size, best believe if I'm connecting on this stock, I will do it. The issue is seeing that, right? I mean, seeing that is a whole nother story. That's the real issue right now, is seeing that type of opportunity. It's why this year I was for sure thinking I was going to make over $1 million, because, I mean, it could still happen too. Like last year, the only thing that stopped me last year from like tripling my gains was size. And the year before that, I should have even made way more. Like I did 175 and then like 3 something. It's like I should have did way more than that. Like if I was putting, there's so many days of up like 3K, 5K, 8K, whatever. In every one of those days, I caught one of those trades. And I caught that trade with like 2K size, 3K size max. When it's like I could have been in there 15,000 shares in that same exact trade. But it's like you have to take the steps to get there, It's like if I go back into those years and I have like $5 million just teleport to my bank account. It's why I was telling that story that time, because then all like right away, like, the money becomes nothing, like for real. Like that's the issue people have in the simulation, right? When you're in the sim, they say the connection to the money is not the same intensity. So when you have the money, it becomes easier to risk it. When you're in the depths and you start making money, it's not as easy to take on the risk. It's not as easy because you know exactly what's waiting for you, which is, going back to ground zero, right? Not a fun place to be. So, when we start to see, like, just mark my words right here, right now, right? When it comes back around, and it will, be ready to see me go crazy. I'm going to do it like I've never done it before. I already told Save and Crispy already, like, they're going to have to watch their backs because I'm coming. The moment it heats up again, I'm ready to go where I've never been before. I'm ready to go Mad Max. Especially with a platform like this. The difference with this platform is that the moment I hit buy is the moment that I'm in. So it'll be interesting to see with real size. But the time will come, and the time is not now. The reason why the simulator worked for me is that I traded in a live account first. And so I kind of knew what it felt like to lose. And then I took that level of seriousness with me. And even that is not easy to do. And at the time, that was my only option too. So it's either trade in the simulator and learn, or just don't be a trader at all, right? It's like if I couldn't treat the simulator real after having some real experience with cash accounts, I have no business being here. And so it's like, okay, let's do this. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think, in fact, it was in the simulator. It was in the simulator where I had the experience of almost blowing up my account. Like taking massive size. Like this is like in 2019, 2020, like 2019. I think like summer months, like early summer 2019. Like back then, it was unheard of for me to take more than like 1,000 shares, and I'd be in 9,000 shares on a stock that this is like 1 week throughout like early summer. I'd be in like 9,000 shares, and then even then, I'd be up like a good 10, 15 cents, and not taking the green, like just mentally compromised, emotionally compromised, all because I was behind on my quota for the month. And which is why since then I've never set a monthly goal ever. I don't know why that specific thing triggered me so much, but behind on the monthly goal. And then there's also a situation where my sibling that trades that came over with his traveling setup. This was a Friday. I think this is what really started it too. Like, we both said to ourselves, in fact, I was the one that said, man, it's a slow day. Let's shut it down. And he's like, yeah, you're 100% right. It's so slow. I think I'm up like $80 that day. He shuts it down, and I ended up staying there for some crazy reason. And then I'm down like 200 or something. The amount wasn't so bad, but I don't know. I don't know. It's so strange. Like, there's no logical way to explain why something like that would trigger you to be upset. Like an hour later, he comes back. He's like, dude, what are you still doing trading? Right? And I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't be here. So ended that day red. And then that Monday came in with like a revenge trading mindset of like, I'm behind on the month. I ended Friday red when I should have been green. I need to make X amount to feel good. And that was the start of it. So by Thursday of that week, I think I lost big money, like 4K in the sim. I lost like 4K in the sim, and then I had to start asking myself, like, what am I doing here? And do I not have any self-control? Because I'm there in those moments as I'm about to hit the hotkeys, right? Knowing that I'm doing something wrong and not being able to stop myself. And like on the inside, it's like I'm just dying. Knowing and feeling this way of like not being able to control my actions. And after that week, that was the last straw for me, because I told myself, if I can't, so it's another situation all over again where it's like there's an ultimatum. First, it was, okay, your cash account is going away. Now you have to trade in the simulator, or else you can't gain any experience. Then it became, you have to control your emotions here, or you have no business being in this field. And then that was the day that I vowed to never go past that line again, ever. It's a brutal feeling of not having control, And I do think that this has helped me out in like my personal life as well too. It's this thing where, it can happen to anybody, right? We all can think that we're immune, because imagine like that's something so simple like that is what got me. And that's what it usually is for all of us. So when anybody tries to say what we're doing here is easy, it's like they don't fully understand. Like, imagine that is our risk. Like, you could be a millionaire trader, have $1 million in your trading account, and that is the ultimate risk right there, is losing your control. Because it just needs to be the wrong stock at the wrong day, wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. And that $1 million can become 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K, or zero even, depending on the situation, very quickly in hours or even minutes. Especially if you leverage in or average down to, you know. So that was the day that I said, man, it's either I'm going to be here and I'm going to be here in control, or I'm not going to be here at all. Everything hitting the scans is kind of soft here. Now we're pushing 11 a.m. So, you know, for anybody out there who's struggling, for anybody out there who is having a hard time with their trading and their trading emotions, their trading psychology, I'm gonna say that it's not easy, and at the same time, also, no one is coming to save you. So, is this road where you're gonna have to walk it alone? And at every fork in the road, and there's gonna be many forks in the road, you have to always choose the correct thing, the correct course of action. And it starts by doing it once, and then doing it every time. You know, even if you have a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a spouse, whatever, like none of that can really save you in the moment. So when the moment comes, and it'll come for all of us at some point. In those moments is where we have to choose doing the right thing. So it might mean smaller size, it might mean walking away, it might mean shutting it down at a max loss. It might even mean you went past your max loss and you're at a place now where you then need to stop, right? You might even be double, triple your max loss, and like, you know, it's gonna come in different ways and shapes and sizes for all of us. And in those moments is where you have to say, okay, I'm waving the white flag and I'm walking away and living to fight another day. And living to fight another day. Alamo, biggest lesson coming from teaching these 7-year-olds when they ask, what's the meaning of life? And then, discipline and self-control also comes outside of trading too, because, as we know, this life is not easy, and we all can like leisure and relaxation. I think if everyone can do nothing and just be happy, then that's probably what they will do. Like working, I don't know if it's necessarily natural per se, right? I mean, if you go back to the hunting and gathering days, you got to do some work to kind of get the food. But it's like if people could just sit there and do nothing, including myself, more than likely that's what we're all gonna do, right? Be pampered on a vacation all of our lives. And that's not what it is. We have to work. So, even when we don't want to do it, we have to do it. And you notice this even more when you are your own boss and you're a leader. There's nobody coming to tell you to do anything. When you're working for a company, it can be I don't want to say easier, but it's a little different when it comes to like showing up. You know, for example, today I'm late, right? Like yesterday I missed the stream. Today I'm late to the stream. No one is gonna come and tell me, "Hey, RT, you were 10 minutes late." Nobody's gonna do that. So it's like if I'm to come here 10 minutes late every single day, I have no one to answer to. When you're at a job, you know, there are consequences. You can get fired, etc. Right? You can get a write up. So, you know, having that discipline and that motivation to practice that self control is the key. No, seeing it and then holding yourself accountable and saying, okay, we got to make sure that we're on time. It's these last 2 days for different reasons, but it's still not okay, you know? Still not okay. Yeah, the different time zones can be rough. So, you know, tomorrow we're going to be here on time. Yeah, markets are kind of slow. Sometimes, you know, summers can be slower as well with people taking vacations. One minute trader, take it easy. Yeah, summers can be a little slower. Yeah. I mean, I guess I do a little bit of clickbaiting, right? That's fine. Hey, I get, yeah. I mean, that's fair and square, right? My account got banned, clickbait. I'm now seeing the comment here. Yeah, a little bit of clickbait, but you know, I think the video, the contents of the video was still good, right? But it's not often that I have too many of those. I mean, usually if it's like a red day, it's like, you know, a red day recap or like max loss or whatever the thing might say. Time to sell Tesla, man. The absolute gallows. Yeah, I'm gonna sell today. I'm gonna take my. I should have sold in pre-market. I'm gonna take. I should have sold in after hours actually. I'm gonna take my $5 a share and then Wait again. And earnings was terrible. Elon was sounding like a bear. Jeez. Yeah, Elon was sounding like a bear, right? Bear Elon. In terms of triggers for over trading, I I I like to trade this the I like to trade when it's a hot day. I like to trade the stock until it's at backside, and in doing so, I can give back profits, either not recognizing its backside soon enough, or even in an uptrending move, taking losses, which is that part is even more frustrating because the stock might go up an extra dollar a share. If you don't make more money, you feel like, it's kind of tough. But I don't really revenge trade. I haven't had an issue with revenge trading since that episode 5 years ago in the sim I was mentioning earlier here in the video. All right, I think I might be out of here. LHAI. I think I might be out like south. I think I'm out of here, man. This LHAI, high risk, high reward. It's 11 a.m. and nothing has come yet. So I think I'll shut it down and come back tomorrow in pre-market. All right, stay safe, stay green, hit the thumbs up. Tomorrow we'll be here and we'll start on time. So check out the disclaimer one more time. Check out the disclaimer again, and I'll catch you guys later. It's been Pastor RT. Catch you guys in the next one.